Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Batwoman season 2 and how it plummets 80% of the season 1 premiere of the show after Ruby Rose exit. That's what it gets. All you virtual signaling people that was trying to tell me, oh, this show's gonna be amazing, she's amazing, and all of those Sims talking about how it's important to have a black person in the role, and them trying to be like, oh, she's the first black person to be wearing a bat suit and stuff like that, when we all know that's a lie. Where all of those virtue signaling people that was liking her post and on those fan sites and stuff like that talk about how amazing of a character she is even before she was introduced or whatever? What happened to all those virtue signaling black people and LGBT people that was supposed to be watching the show? Because the show tanked. It's sitting at a 34% from audience score ratings, and it's barely brought in, what, 700,000 people watching the show? I could have told you this junk was gonna be terrible from the beginning, and now everybody want to make excuses. Oh, it's men's fault. It's football fault. No. Even if football wasn't on, the show wasn't gonna do good anyway. Because guess what? Batwoman isn't black in the comic books, so making a character that is predominantly white and making them black all of a sudden, even if it is a brand new character, kind of turns people off. And you already turned off the people that you had for Batwoman season 1. Then season 2, you said, screw Kate Kane, and we're going to do this whole new character, Ryan Wilder, of course, because her name has to be almost a male's name. And then she lives in a van by the river. Do you hear how crazy that sounds? I could have told you this was going to flop bad. And it's sad because this actress, Japhia Leslie, who has a nice personality, who was way more emotive than Ruby Rose, but that's saying something. And now she's going to be in this dumpster fire of a show. Like, come on now. What are we talking about? I already knew it was going to be hot garbage from the preview press that they were talking about. And the premise, it was stupid. You already set up Batwoman for, oh, Bruce Wayne is mysteriously gone and they don't know what happened to him. Now you're doing season 2, Kate Kane mysteriously gone, and nobody knows what happened to her. You have 2 people that are missing, and you mean tell me ain't nobody doing no kind of searching? Superman, Supergirl, The Flash, Black Lightning, the Legends of Tomorrow, nobody's doing any search for him. That makes illogical sense when y'all all in the same universe where you can find people. And on top of that, Bruce Wayne is Clark Kent's best friend. There's no way in the world Clark is just not going to look for his friend, because that's not who Clark is. He wouldn't have just mysteriously gave up on him. And then where's the immediate Bat family? Where is Oracle? Where is Tim Drake? Where is Nightwing at? Where is Cassandra Cain? Where's Stephanie Brown? Where's Damian Wayne? Where's Alfred himself? Or whatever. You know, where's Lucius Fox? And I know they explained some of those characters, whatever, but those characters should have been in there. Or whatever. Then you have this character that picks up a suit that from a mysterious plane crash. They don't know if Kate Kane's alive or not or whatever, but her suit is fine. She puts the suit on in a nasty bathroom. Had to remind us, oh yeah, she's also a lesbian and she's homeless and unemployed because she can't get a job or whatever. Put on a darn bat suit, has no training whatsoever, and successfully, defeats people. I mean, have you guys not seen Batman Year 1 or Batman Earth 1? Have you not even read the early times where Bruce Wayne was first becoming Batman? He wasn't good. He, even with some of the training, he still wasn't all that great at first. And for Japhia Leslie to all of a sudden put on a suit, even if she don't know what certain things are or whatever, still be able to use the suit, still be able to fight crime, even with being a martial artist, I don't know. It just wasn't a good good show. It was a hot mess. Even reviews that are talking about it, it's a hot mess because it was garbage. You can tell what garbage is. Then you introduce this cheap, lazy ass Batmobile. It's like after Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, they were like, "Hey, let's just get lazy with the Batmobiles because Robert Pattinson's Batmobile looks cheap, and all of it now you have the Batwoman quote unquote Batmobile, and that looks like a hot mess. Which Kate Kane actually doesn't even ride a Batmobile. She actually rides a modified motorcycle with bat armory and gears and stuff like that, if you really want to take into consideration. So it was kind of weird. And then it was just a Corvette. It's just literally a Corvette with bat symbols on it. That's real original. When we seen people on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, who actually took their Corvettes and actually customized them into becoming bat themed cars or whatever, and do it better than $1 million production. I don't understand how there are people that have less money and can do what fans been wanting Hollywood to do for years. I never quite understood that. It's just not a good look for the show. You're going to always have Javicia Leslie in the shadow of not only Kate Kane, but Bruce Wayne. You added this character for no reason, just a virtue signal, just to be like, oh, she's black and she's gay. Isn't that cool? And she's a martial artist, and woe is her. Nobody cares. And that's why the show tanked in ratings, and I bet you it's going to get another season. Like, what are we talking about? Why does it need another season for? The show tanked in season 1. It should have been canceled, but instead you renewed it. But you couldn't pick up Arrow and the Canaries, which seems way better than what we were getting from Batwoman. Then you cancel Black Lightning after you did all of that just to finally bring the man into the main universe of the Arrowverse. No promotion hardly or whatever, but then you promoted that slut Ruby Rose. Her first season, you did all this promotion for. She couldn't even show up to Comic-Con. But then Black Lightning, 4 seasons, barely any promotion. They showed up to Comic-Con, did everything or whatever, but there was no push for the network behind the show at all. And it's the most separatives out of all the Arrowverse shows. Ain't that something? That's crazy. Now look at you. Darren Star walked away from season 1, and season 2 of Batwoman is going to be a hot garbage. Then you ruined the potential that you had with Hush. I just don't understand. You had this opportunity where you could have had this thing where whatever happened to Bruce Wayne happened to Kate Kane, and then by the end of season 2, towards season 2, you're wrapping up the plot threads of season 1 of Batwoman, and this season where Kate Kane is missing. You could have used Hush this whole time and had that where they can finally confront him or whatever, do something crazy with this character, and you could have had him like being a recurring thorn in the side, because it's just like, well, we know that's not really Bruce Wayne, but we don't have no proof that it's not Bruce Wayne. His face shouldn't have been able to be torn off like that. It makes absolutely no sense at all. You had this opportunity where you could have literally used that to have the return of Kate Kane and have the return of Bruce Wayne in the show. You know what I mean? Because, if you picked up a Batwoman comic book, there is a part of Gotham City, I forgot what part that she be in. I forgot the name of the part of Gotham City, where she takes on these mystical, cult leaders and semi-magic based stuff that Batman don't deal with. And you still could have had Batman in Gotham City. It just feels weird that nobody's really thinking about Batman. There's none of his Bat family members or anything, and it just makes absolutely no sense. This show is trash fire on trash fire. It's unnecessarily preachy about her, woe is her, all that nonsense about, oh, I was framed from drugs or whatever, but you still stayed with the person that had drugs. So, Who fault is this at this point? I just don't know. This wasn't a good idea. You should have canceled the show along with Supergirl and Black Lightning, since you was canceling shows or whatever. But instead, you wanted to double down on the nonsense and renew this show. And now the ratings show that people don't care. People don't care. Only critics care about this show. But I mean, it's fewer of them watching than anything. Even with the people that were on Jafisa Leslie posts liking and shouting her out and all that nonsense, they're not even watching the show, because you know why? They know it sucks. They know it sucks too. And that's sad that instead of actually giving a show that you're fans of the characters, fans of the Bat family, fans of the actual comics themselves, you give a show for some virtual signal woke points and congratulate yourself. But this is what you get, CW. This is what you get, DC. This is what you get, Warner Brothers. Y'all got trash. You got trash, and you're going to lay in that trash, and you're going to deal with the consequences. Don't blame nobody else. Blame yourself, because the writing team still sucked. Just because you replaced the actors, you didn't replace the writers. All of this is completely stupid. For her first episode to be in the bat suit is just baffling. Baffling. And of course, is mysteriously is the same size as Ruby Rose, even though Ruby Rose was literally 90 pounds, while Jafisa Leslie got body. So I don't even understand how in the world she was even able to even, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. The show just hot garbage, and we know it's not going to get better. But yeah, that was my quick little take. I just wanted to laugh about how terrible Batwoman season 2 is, and I just think it's really funny. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.